What up, guys? Hey, I'm out here changing these freeze plugs, and I thought I'd just give you a little bit of instruction on how to do it. It's not really complicated, but as long as I'm doing it, why not show you? I use a small hammer and a small punch. You can use a big punch, you can use a smaller punch, really doesn't matter, just a punch, okay? What you want to do is you want to hit like right here. You don't want to get up on the lip because you might gouge the block itself. You want to hit the freeze plug itself like here, okay? Or you can hit it here, or you can put it here. It doesn't matter. The point is to put pressure only on one side so that when you hit it, it turns itself sideways like that. And then you grab it with a pair of pliers or vice grips or whatever, and it comes right out. If you knock it into the block, you're going to have a real hell of a time getting it out. So try to avoid that. Be careful. If you do notice that it's, you know, the whole thing is working its way in, once it starts moving, then get up and lay your punch on the side of the block there and start driving on that little edge that I told you not to hit. Because once it starts moving, you're not so far out, you're not as likely to gouge the block. So, and that'll give you just a little more leverage, a little farther out to try and pivot it instead of knocking it straight in. Once you get it out, where did my shit go? Really? Oh, there it is. I use a Scotch-Brite pad. You want to clean the inside of this board here. Now, I've seen some guys use like a die grinder or a Dremel and a whiz wheel and some grinding stone and a sanding disc and whatever. It's up to you what you use to clean this, but remember, you don't want to actually take any metal off. You're just trying to make sure it's clean, shiny cast iron, and there's no rust, no gunk, no paint, no buildup there where the sealing surface is. And that goes the same whether you're putting in billet freeze plugs or if you're actually just replacing it with steel or brass freeze plugs. You don't want any foreign debris, any contamination, anything but bare, shiny cast iron, because it won't seal. It'll end up leaking on you. So, now look, you see there's a bevel here, and it gets flat right there. You don't need to clean the bevel, okay? The bevel just helps the freeze plug actually go in. So if you're putting a regular like steel freeze plug back in, then you need the bevel clean, because if there's any paint or any rust there, the freeze plug is going to drag that with it and probably score either the freeze plug or the block, and then you're going to have a leak regardless. If you're putting in a billet freeze plug, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't hit that. It doesn't and it doesn't seal against that leak. See where that O-ring is? It is well inset, so it only seals on there. I'll probably lube that O-ring up a little bit with some petroleum jelly before I slide it in, just so it doesn't cut the O-ring. But yeah, so, and then you also want to be sure that it's clean all the way around, top, bottom, both sides. I know the lighting's terrible, you can't see that side, but it is what it is. It's clean enough. And you know, the nice thing about these billet freeze plugs, if they do start to leak, just replace the O-ring. It's like, it's not a huge, you know, big deal. Like, you're stuck on the side of the road and your freeze plug is blown out and shit its guts out all over the ground. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you. It's not really complicated changing freeze plugs, but I try to keep this in mind that people may approach this having never done any of this before. So hopefully this helps you guys. I appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps me a lot if you like the video. You know, hit that little like button down there, and thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.